So it seems as though DayZ might actually be adding in base building changes after all, and right now we kind of have our biggest indication this is happening because they've added a brand new system into DayZ that kind of sets it up perfectly. So let's take a look at exactly what that is. If you like the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video.
Oh no, he's coming right for me. Oh no, he's coming right for me.
Many players are excited and everybody's kind of talking about this right now since DayZ announced it, so I thought I'd expand on it and add a few facts about it and really explore to see exactly what it is they put into DayZ, or more so putting into DayZ. So DayZ is adding rebuildable worlds to the game this year coming, and the feature has already been confirmed with early models and build stages visible in teaser material for the desert map. But the wells won't just be cosmetic, they'll be functional, and players will need to build or rebuild them up to get them to work, and this is extremely important. This seems to be a brand new system rather than them using one that already exists. It requires players to source materials, return to a fixed location, and invest time and resources to bring a structure to completion. The system is multi-stage, including visuals and functional progression, and is being implemented by Bohemia themselves. This isn't a mod, it's an official system, and it's extremely significant, not because of what the well is, but because of what comes with it. If Bohemia is introducing rebuildable functional world objects that develop over time, then they're clearly building the infrastructure for a more complex construction system, and that infrastructure may form the base of a long requested overhaul to base building. Because let's face it, they're aware of the fact that players are continually calling for base building, and every other call for something to be added into the game so far has been added. They fixed cars, they added a snow map, they're adding a desert map, they've lowered the price. Other than things that are very specific to individual players, the bigger things that people are calling for they seem to have addressed, or at least set the foundation to address in future. But here's why it matters and why it's not really as much of a leap as people think, because at present base building in DayZ is limited. Players can create fences, gates, watchtowers and storage units, but the system is static. Once built, structures don't really evolve. There's no ongoing maintenance, no upgrades, no integration with survival mechanics. It exists largely for protection and storage. That's about it. It doesn't even really fit most buildings. You can't build any structures to cover windows, to cover doors, so you just have to have these weird clippy looking things that just go through the buildings. Which was great when the game was released, but now with every other game around DayZ in its genre focusing on base building and expanding this part of the game, which let's face it is the biggest part of the end game, it's really starting to leave DayZ behind. And that's a problem, especially when DayZ continues to dominate this specific genre. But here's the important thing, and this is sort of why I made the video. So before Sakal came out, we started getting a few updates that was laying the foundation for Sakal's main changes. So everything, for example, to do with the core system changes such as temperature, we had boats added, we had a lot added leading up to the release of the map. Now we know the map isn't coming out until next year, they've confirmed 2026. That doesn't cover the huge update we're supposed to be getting this year. Every year we have the same style of updates. We have a patch update at the beginning of the year, then we have something mid-range in the middle of the year, and then we have the large update that changes something major at the end of the year. And this year, if they're laying the foundation similar to what they did last year before Sakal dropped, because remember Sakal and the patch that came with it were two separate things, then I think there's a very big likelihood that it's to do with base building, and we're going to see a considerable change to that part of the game, especially because this means that the well system is also suggesting that Bohemia is thinking about structure persistence in a new way. Plus, on survival heavy maps like Nazdara, where the environment is more hostile, these mechanics become even more valuable. A rebuildable well adds strategic value to a location, forcing players to hold territory for functional reasons, meaning if base building were extended with the same design logic, it would fundamentally change how players approach structure, space and risk. Because let's face it, a map like this that's so big, so wide, so broad, it requires two things. One, serviceable vehicles, and two, adequate shelter. So it becomes less of a leap the more you think about how DayZ could present this map and make it accessible and fun to all players. So although we may not see a huge overhaul immediately, by the end of this year I do think there's clear groundwork being laid, and if that continues, DayZ might finally be on the path towards a more complex, functional and rewarding base system, one where structures evolve with the player rather than just stand in their own way. But if you want to know even more about this update, then click this video here, or for something else, click here. And as always, until next time.